Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. What we are going to be doing today is essentially taking care of our villager trading hall. Right now, we've got this villager trading hall in Solus, and we've got the villager part down, but not so much the trading part. We've got all these villagers in here, and we have nothing to trade with them. So that's what we're going to work on today. I want to make some carrot and potato farms, automatic ones that are tended by villagers. And yes, before anyone says anything, I'm fully aware that when 1.14 comes, it may completely break these farms, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. So basically, this is a design by another YouTuber named LogicalGeekBoy. I'll put a link to the video in the description, of course. You may also recognize it as the villager farm, or the carrot farm, that Iskall built on Hermitcraft this season. You may have seen it there before. But basically, it's like a super simple little farm. It's like 15 by 15 by 4. And then there's a couple of hoppers and some things like that, but nothing complicated at all. And it produces, I think, roughly 6 stacks of insert your vegetable of choice per hour. But it can also be stacked, and it can be stacked vertically. And that's what I want to do, is I want to stack probably like 6 of these guys vertically. And just produce a massive number of carrots and potatoes to trade in our villager trading hall, so that we can unlock all the trades and see what stuff is good, get some emeralds going and things like that. Because right now I've been saving just tons and tons of villagers. I got a whole bunch. I have like shepherds and leather workers and fletchers. I've got a bunch of different farmers and stuff, and I don't know like who's worth keeping and who isn't. So what I want to do is kind of get the emeralds going so we can start unlocking these trades. Also, we have a bunch of these librarians with no trades unlocked, so like this guy could be a perfect mending villager, but I have no idea because I can't see his other trades. So that's like on my list of things to do. But the first thing is I need to get the farms built. So we know that it's 15 by 15, and then there's going to be a hopper output. And what I'm thinking, if we're going to stack a whole bunch of these vertically, I think we should basically like reverse, we should backwards plan these farms. So essentially what I'm wanting to do is have, I don't actually have any chests, but let's just pretend that this soul sand is chests right now. So what I want to have is 6 chests right here. And that'll be 3 columns, that'll be 3 chests each of carrots and potatoes. And then we're going to have a hopper line that basically runs all of the stuff to these. So let's kind of just start with that. Do I have hoppers in here? I don't. I probably have some over here, though. And if not, I did bring a bunch of stuff to make more. I have 1 hopper. Hate to say it, game, that's not gonna cut it. I'm gonna need more than 1 hopper. Okay, where did I put? There it is. I was gonna say, I know I brought a shulker box with a whole bunch of hoppers in it for exactly this reason. There we go. Let's just make... Nope, those are trap chests. I want to make... Oh, it would probably help if I was looking in a crafting bench. Just a thought. There we go. So let's do that. Let's do one of these, and let's make a ton of hoppers. They will get used, I assure you. So we'll just kind of go over here. And then... now we can kind of work on reverse engineering this thing. So as I said, our output's going to be kind of over this way. I'm not going to move any of these villagers right now. So we can just get rid of this line right here, just for the time being, and it should be fine. We'll move this again later. So let's do that, and then we're gonna say down here, this is where our actual hoppers are going to go. We can probably just do this, and then we're gonna say here and there. These are the remaining, or these are going to be our 2 hopper lines, right? This is where the chests will ultimately end up, is right here. And actually, come to think of it, we need to go boop, 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 and boop, so that we can properly feed the hoppers in, like so. Okay, so those are our hopper lines right there. Then we need to get back up there so that we can run a hopper belt across. And we're gonna want an item sorter as well. So let's kind of do... I did also erect a beacon over here, if you didn't notice the haste 2 icon, because otherwise this would take far too long. I'm gonna have to do, I mean, if I'm gonna stack a whole bunch of these, and I'm probably gonna stack like 6 farms altogether, maybe even more than that. I think I have like 8 villagers right now, maybe 6 that are farmers, but I could always poach a couple from in here as well. Wouldn't be that big of a deal. Anyway, going back to this, let's go do, and then we need to say probably, I mean, there really should be some form of overflow protection. Like, probably do like another hopper. Or actually, I'm trying to remember, what is the item sorter? Should probably figure that out first. Let me get the item sorting system in place, and let me get kind of this initial hopper belt run, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. Prepare yourself, because this is a mess. It is a mess from a visual perspective, but it's all functional. So basically what I've got here, I've got 2 item filters. This one is for potatoes filter, and this one is for carrots. Once this fills up to 41 carrots, and then over here 41 potatoes, these will filter, these will essentially let potatoes through. So this, I'm pretty sure this is the classic Impulse SV item filter. But anyway, I've got an overflow chest over here for anything that will not get sorted into these 2 columns, basically for anything that isn't potatoes and carrots, or in case these fill up, there'll be some overflow over here just in case. And then here, I've got a bubble vader that comes up onto this hopper belt that runs along. And going all the way down here, we can see if I can ever make it down this ladder. I need a way back up is the thing. I know this looks terrible, but this is the redstone guts that nobody will ever see, and I'm not really too interested in making that part look good. This is all fine with me. Okay, so anyway, back behind this is a dispenser. I'm using a dispenser instead of a dropper because I have dispensers with me and I didn't have droppers. But basically there's a dispenser here with a little thingy, a little circuit that essentially detects if there's an item in the dispenser, and if so, sends a signal to power it. So if I toss a little bit of stone in here, it'll shoot it up into the elevator and it'll go flying up. And then this is where the magic is going to happen. We have right here a big hopper chain, right? That goes ultimately into the dispenser. What we're going to do is make a bunch of farms. This hopper chain right here is going to go up and up and up and up and up until I no longer need it to. And then every few levels, we'll have another hopper chain that essentially flows into it, and that will be where the farms go. So, and this is going to run underneath each farm, basically. So if we go like this, and I'll put a stone brick right here. And then we can, let's see, where's our ladder? Right here. So I want to be able to see into each farm fairly easily. So that I can know, oh, hey, there's something broken here. Let me fix it, right? Like, that's important to me. So I think we'll say, let's see, if this is where the dirt goes, we're going to put a glass block right here. This will be our very first farm. And since that's the very first farm, the rest of this can essentially go away. I'm going to toss a torch right there for the time being. Okay, so then the next step is going to be to dig out a 15 by 15 area. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'll just toss the torch down here. And this is going to be the very center of the farm. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that should be a corner, and that should be a corner. And then this is the area that we'll dig out, going all the way to back there. And then that gives us essentially our like space that we need to fill up. And we're gonna need a bunch of dirt, I just realized. I don't know, I hope I have enough dirt to do this. You'd think I would. And as long as this world's been around, you'd think I'd have enough dirt lying in chests and stuff that I would be okay. At least I hope that's going to be the case. I guess we'll find out. Also, we are in Extreme Hills, so I managed to get a little bit of emeralds. Not too bad. But anyway, I'm going to get the first one of these farms made, and then I'll explain it to you guys before I build the rest. So give me just a second here. I'll be back very shortly. All right, guys, I am back. The first farm is done. I went ahead and made it a potato farm. So let's go head down there real quick, and I'll show it to you. So basically, this is going to need 1 villager per farm, 1 brown coat villager per farm. And if we pop down here, you can see it's all filled in with potatoes and everything like so. So I've got glowstone in each of the corners and in the center, right up against the wall in the ceiling. I've got waterlogged stairs here, and that's our water source, and it doesn't, it'll allow enough space that you won't run into the ceiling. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 stair in from the corners. This is basically the whole reason this farm works. This is where the villager will attempt to plant stuff, but since this block is a light level of, why does it say light? Oh, because I'm right. It's light level 7. When you're on farmland, light is a little funky when it comes to checking it with the debug screen, but it's light level 7. And then this observer is basically just making sure that this block gets an update. So this block is actually a piece of dirt that has been pushed with a piston into a hopper minecart. And then that's sitting on top of the hopper chain that goes this way and ultimately feeds into that dispenser and the water elevator and so on and so forth. So all we really need to do here is get a villager in place. And that actually shouldn't be that hard. What I've done is, oh no! Oh no. Oh dear. That mistakes were made. What I've done is put a water source right here so the villager can essentially fall from the surface and land in here and survive. But mistakes have been made. Dang it. I bet at least some of those probably ended up... No? Why do I have 23 potatoes? I guess some of these have already grown. Has it really been long enough for these potatoes to grow? I guess so. I feel... It doesn't feel like it has been, but I mean, obviously, some of these are grown, so... Okay. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get this villager in together. I've already laid out the track and everything. So, as I said, this shouldn't actually be that hard. I've got some brown coat villagers separated out from our villager breeder, and all I should really have to do is throw down a minecart and then, you know, basically follow it and make sure that it all works. So, let's just hop over here. Make sure I do have a minecart on me. Good, good, good. And then we'll just toss it onto this track. So that'll grab a brown coat, and he'll go flying off over here. And let's just chase him. And he should stop right before that big granite pillar, which is basically the hole that goes all the way down to the bottom of the farm. Since there's water at the bottom of the hole, he should survive and not take any damage. Okay, I see him down there. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. And then let's just make sure we got an empty bucket. I don't want to land on top of the villager, otherwise I think it would probably mess some things up. So unfortunately, we do have to go the long way, but that's okay. And I think the kind of ingenious thing about getting the villagers in place like this is I can basically just use one shaft, one single elevator drop shaft column thing going all the way down for each level. And then all I basically need to do is fill it in until we get to the next villager level. So shouldn't be too bad. Let's close that behind us. Grab our empty bucket. We'll break those out. That'll push villager guy, and then we can get rid of the water. And he should come out here pretty soon. Yep. Good, good, good. And then he's gonna start... He should start harvesting potatoes and trying to plant them right here, at which point the hopper minecart will pick it up. So all I need to do over here... Ooh, I actually don't have any stone. Tell you what. Did I think I just used the wrong pickaxe. That's all right. It's an easy fix. But anyway, all I need to do is fill in that column and then basically bring it up until the next level of farm, which should be basically like only a couple blocks above where the previous one is. And then we should be good. So let me get to work now on building the other 5 farms. I'll be back. Okay, guys, just a little bit of a progress update. I can't seem to say words today. A little bit of a progress update for you. I've got 4 of the 6 farms done, 2 potato and 2 carrot. Potato one was done first, and this is slowly filling up. And then over here, carrot farm, I'm hoping that this one is done. I'm hoping we have enough carrots by the time I'm done making the next carrot farm, that I won't have to bone meal anything. But we'll see. I also found out that there's not enough villagers up being stored, enough brown coats being stored over here, that it's blocking our villager breeder from working. So while I've been doing this and all of this stuff, our villager breeder has actually been running, and I wasn't really expecting that, but I'm totally okay with it. Looks like I see maybe another librarian or 2 in there. So we'll have some more stuff to fill up this villager trading hall. We're getting so close to this project being done, and this is a project that was started all the way back in season 1. So I'm really looking forward to having this finished, and for honestly just having a big supply of potatoes and carrots that I don't have to, farm myself. Because honestly, you never know. It seems like you rarely need a lot of potatoes and carrots at once. Unless you're planning on doing a big trading session or something. But you need a little bit here and there, and it kind of whittles down your stores because you don't necessarily farm them and replant, and then suddenly you're all out. So yeah, kind of one of those things. But anyway, I'm going to get back to making the remaining 2 farms. Not a whole lot left. As I said, we're super, super close. I just need to make 2 more, and it looks like we'll still have plenty of room for more farms in the future if I want to. I don't know that I will. I really think 3 farms of each will probably cut it. Like, that'll probably be plenty, especially considering when I AFK here for the villager breeder, I usually do it overnight while I'm sleeping. And then on top of that, odds are that when 1.14 comes in early 2019, these farms are probably all going to break anyway. Just my guess, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get back to it. All right, guys, I am back. Everything appears to be working. We're getting carrots. We're getting potatoes. All 6 farms are built. I also went ahead and fixed all of the rails, because you may remember that when I started doing this whole thing, I had to essentially, this rail used to come around here, but now there's item sorting systems and stuff in the way. So I basically just rerouted all the rails, put the new rails back in so that this part of the villager trading hall works again. There was 1 level here, and then there's also a level down below that I had to reroute the rails for as well. So that's all taken care of. And at this point, I think it's basically done. Like, the farms are good. The villager trading stuff is basically good. I mean, the only thing that's left with that is just waiting on enough villagers to spawn that I can essentially just fill up the trading hall and then call it a day. Like, honestly, I think that this project is, for all intents and purposes, complete, except for maybe an entrance right here. I'd like to make a proper entrance, but let's go ahead and sleep real quick. And let's go ahead and jump into the question or comment of the day. And this one says, now that you've been bitten by the technical bug, would you consider building a witch farm for your redstone and glowstone needs? And that is from, apologies because I'm going to butcher this, Luis Mauricio Calderon Castro. I think that's close pronunciation-wise. I'm so bad with names, guys. just bear with me. Anyway, I think I'm not going to say no, I will never build a witch farm, because I probably will at some point, someday in this world. But I also kind of have a feeling that it's going to be kind of like the iron farm, where I'll say for a very long time that I intend to eventually build one, then it'll take me 2 years to do it. I think I'm done building farms for a bit. I've kind of gone on this technical kick. We've gotten a lot of kind of, honestly, a lot of kind of like essential farms built up here. In the last 10, maybe 15 episodes or so, I mean, we have built a gold farm, we built an iron farm, we built this farm, we finished up the villager breeder and trading hall. And speaking of which, now that the trading hall is basically done, once it's filled up to my liking with villagers, I'm just going to get rid of this villager breeder. I'm just going to delete it and get rid of it altogether because it's ugly and it's sitting here looking horrible. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much good with my farm stuff for the time being. I think it's time to go back to some actual, like, aesthetic building instead of functional building, if that makes sense. Although, I will say there's a couple of farms in this world that could really use a facelift from, like, an aesthetic perspective. The Guardian farm looks pretty bad. There's an Ender that looks pretty bad. So some of those could probably use a facelift, but for now, I think I am done with the technical stuff, and I'm going to be done with the technical stuff with the exception of maybe a storage room, for at least for a while. I think it's time to take a break from the technical stuff and get back to some regular building, although next episode is episode 75, which means world tour and download, but after that, we'll get back to some proper building. Unfortunately, though, guys, I'm out of time for this episode, so I'm going to call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, including a link to the tutorial for the farm that I built. So check that out if you want to build this thing for yourself. But other than that, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.